No, that was good. Love to see him running the floor like that, though. You got 3 Broncos down in transition trying to go score the ball. So, I mean, again, they ran the floor well, really well tonight.
And now Bayfield has it back in the offensive end. San Juan ended up losing that ball. I guess it went out of bounds on the rebound. And San Juan will steal it away. This time Jagger Neves is unable to turn it into points, but on the rebound, Ivan scores and a foul.
And Jagger, I mean, you like to see him finish that, but what you like to see is you've got Broncos trailing that play. A lot of times they just assume that that's going to be a make and, you know, take your break and sit at half court. But no, you had Jake coming down. There's another Bronco coming down. I can't remember, but they pick it up, and then they go get the putback with the foul. So that's just, again, great effort, great hustle by the San Juan Broncos.
Well, Ivans is unable to complete the three-point play, but the Broncos are up by 33, 55-22. I don't know how Colorado plays, but at this point, if the Broncos end up going up by 35, the clock would run here in Utah for the fourth quarter. Jake Ivans ends up stealing the basketball here. Down court he comes, but it rolls off. He somehow gets himself back inbounds, though. And on the ensuing play, another foul comes. So the Broncos got their own rebound. Man, this is keeping me alive here, scoring this game with all these new buttons. But the foul is going to be on Isaac Forsyth. I'm starting to get numbers all over my iPad here. I love it.
No, it's good. And again, I mean, how many steals have the Broncos had this third quarter? I mean, they've been using their quick hands. They've been getting out in transition. I mean, we could easily be up by another 10 points, too, if they were making all their layups. They've missed a couple layups, but you like to see the effort. You like to see defense leading to good offense.
Yeah, I was scoring everything as turnovers before, but since I've changed over to steals, it has been 5 in this quarter, so it's very likely it's been even more than that. Unfortunately for the Broncos, Palmer unable to make either of those foul shots, and now Bayfield deftly avoids a backcourt violation right there, unless that was deflected. That was a good effort that time by Forsyth for Bayfield, and now driving around the defense is Lincoln Williams. Down to the baseline, up off the glass, no good, but he does draw a foul. And it looks like this is going to be the fourth on, no it's not, sorry, it'd be Jake Ivans' first.
That's Jake Ivans' first foul, huh? I don't know if we've heard that all year long.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
I guess. That guy's usually a little bit on the foul-happy side.
Yeah. You mean that's the first time you've heard it in the third quarter?
In the third quarter, yeah. The third quarter, usually he's sitting at about 4 or 5 right now.
Yeah, that's right. All right, well, Haydinger makes one but misses the second. 55-23 into the final 45 seconds of the third quarter. Anthony Doan, baseline drive underneath the basket. Got it to Trip Palmer, now kicks to the corner. Jagger needs 3 on the way. He was hammered after the shot. That probably should have been a foul, but not going to get it this time. And now Bayfield in transition throws the ball away. So they did get the rebound, but now they commit the turnover. I know that's a turnover and not a steal. And so Anthony Doan will take a pass from Ivans in the front court. Now Ivans gets it back. 25 seconds left in the period. San Juan looks content to try to possess the ball. Oh, they had to pull Trip Palmer off the 3 that time, I think. He was about to take that shot. Broncos are working a little possession game here. Want to try to get the last points of the quarter. Yeah. Anthony Doan wide open, drives inside the arc, has it stripped away, and it is a steal for Bayfield, and they're back the other way. Nice job to outweight the D that time. Lincoln Williams goes up and banks it in. He has 4, and the quarter comes to a close with a 30-point lead for San Juan, 55-25 as we head into the final frame. So it's going to take something special, I think, for Bayfield. And the Broncos looking for their second win of the season and in good shape right now as we head to the final quarter. Again, 55-25 is the score. We'll come back for the fourth quarter in Blanding. Stay with us. High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Last year I was at my lowest, going through some pretty serious depression. A couple of friends of mine stopped by the house and said they were worried about me. Said they'd feel a lot better if they could hold on to my firearms until things turned around. I think they saved my life.
If your loved ones are struggling, talk to them about temporarily storing their guns away from their home, because things do get better.
It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Rhett Sifford and Bobby Bowering with you here tonight in Blanding. And Bayfield on the first possession of the final quarter here as we return a foul to San Juan. That'll be the second on Jake Ivins. You might have cursed him, Bobby.
I might have. I should have kept my mouth shut.
Now he's going to get 5 in a row and foul out of this game. There's a shot no good for Bayfield. And San Juan with the rebound, but unfortunately, San Juan turns it over on the way back down. And now Bayfield working it in the offensive end. But the Broncos are going to steal it away. And San Juan now in transition once again. Anthony Doan spots Ivins under the basket. Ivins can't score, but Doan right there for the tap back. And good teamwork again by the San Juan offense.
Yeah, offensive rebounds have been huge for San Juan today. They've had a lot of second chance points, and it's been awesome to see them crashing the boards.
There's a nice little dish and a drive to the bucket. And a bucket also for Kingston Martinez as Bayfield answers. And that keeps them within 30, but it is 57-27. And we're into the final 7 minutes here tonight. Anthony Doan needs a little more power from the right side right there, unable to get that shot attempt to go. Now Bayfield back the other way, can't score, but on the rebound they do. Did you see who shot that?
That was 13.
13, and was that for 3?
That was just no, that was a 2.
So a 2-point basket for Martinez, and now San Juan back the other way, up 57-29. Here is Jayton Knight, his first 3 of the game, and he finally gets an opportunity, and he makes his money's worth as he drains the 3. He did that a couple times last night for San Juan. He was key in a couple rallies for the Broncos.
He was. He's shooting pretty high percentage from outside these last 2 games.
Yeah, I think he's only missed maybe a couple going back to last night. That was his first touch today. Now here's Bayfield with a shot no good from Ross. San Juan ends up getting the rebound ultimately. And now it was stolen away, I think, by Bayfield. And on a shot attempt here, Cody Ross draws a foul to Jake Ivins, his 3rd foul in a row. Unreal how this is going on here.
Oh, man, I know. I know that first game they had down in Hurricane, I think he fouled out 5 offensive fouls in the first game, and so I had to give him a little bit of grief about that. But, no, he just plays hard. I like Jake's style of basketball. He plays hard, and he does warrant a couple fouls every game, but, you know, sometimes that's okay.
So Cody Ross unable to make the first of 2 foul shots here. So it remains 60-29, 6:10 to go in the game. Second shot from Ross. I've gotten out of control this game, Bobby. There's so much more. I could be tapping on the block, but we could get blocks up here. We can do everything here. I'm out of control here. I don't know what I'm doing with myself. Ross makes the second of the 2 shots, so it's 60-30. Now Jayton Knight. Man, that was a quarterback move there. He hums that thing down under the basket. It was a little bit too hot to handle, I think, that time for Owen Adams, who's in the game for the first time today. So some of these kids who came in earlier last night are getting some late action. And meanwhile, Bayfield drains a 3 from the far side over there. I'm having a tough time seeing that kid's number. I think it's 13.
Yeah, I think that's who that was.
So Martinez again with the 3. So he's suddenly up to 7 points. That ties for the Bayfield scoring lead. Meanwhile, we get a foul on Bayfield as Jake Ivins goes hard to the hole. And it looks like this will be on number 30, Cooper Roderick, his first. And the first for Bayfield in the final quarter. San Juan has a couple. Jake Ivins at the line for San Juan. And he drains the first. The Broncos are now 15 of 21 from the line with that one. So they've had a great day at the line. They've had a great weekend at the line. 2 of their best games for sure. And not only that, but it follows up a Tuesday that was outstanding as well with American leadership in town. The Broncos get their own rebound off the miss here, but Jake Ivins can't hit the 2. And so in transition, Bayfield down to the baseline, under the basket. A circus shot won't go for number 10, I believe. That's number 11, sorry, McCullough. And San Juan got the rebound. They're coming back the other way, and the ball goes out of bounds off Bayfield. So the Broncos will retain possession with 5:20 to go in the game and up 61-33. And they're going to...
Oh, it looks like Anthony's tied his shoe. I didn't know what was going on, but...
Yeah, just going to get a little breather here while... Anthony had to do that last night as well, so maybe that's a design play. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's just all strategy. Untie your shoe so you can get a little bit of a breather.
Jayton Knight is tackled as he comes through the paint there. It's a steal by Bayfield, and away they come into the offensive end. Nice little lob pass to Cody Ross, but he misses the layup. I know he would like to have that one back. Now they battle down into the corner. Finally, San Juan comes away with the defensive board, and now Jake Ivins through traffic. They'll call him for the charge as he went up and right over the top of Cooper Roderick, who was standing there for, I think, 3 seconds. So
yeah, that was a good call.
I think he had position that time. And are you kidding me? 4 straight fouls on Jake Ivins now. I knew you shouldn't have said anything.
I know, I guess.
Or is that 5?
I think that's 4.
4. They're
No.
going to bring him off anyway. I mean, there's still a lot of time left in this game.
That
Holy
broadcasting
cow.
curse is real, isn't it?
That was unreal. Now you know how dangerous it is to say stuff up
I
here.
know. I'm learning it the hard way.
That's why hockey or soccer announcers can't say anything about a shutout, when there's still time left in the game. Yeah, it is real, that's for sure. Bayfield with it back in the offensive end, and now a foul on the floor here as the Wolverines came driving through, and we've got some kids out there now that I don't normally get to call a lot. Weston Jones. Does he go by West or Weston?
Weston.
Weston, all right. Oh, a nice little give and go right there, and a reverse layup that was a little lackadaisical that time. If he'd have spent more time on that, Forsyth might have scored, but nice little inbound play on the one-touch give and go. The Broncos get the defensive board, and they've got it back in the offensive end. Anthony Doan, nice bounce pass to Jayton Knight as he goes right through to the bucket and scores.
That was a beautiful pass by Anthony. I think Anthony's had a really, really good game today, just in all facets. Defensively, he scored well. He's been getting the ball to his teammates. I mean, he's been a really, really good facilitator out there.
Meanwhile, Cooper Roderick heating up, now up to 10 points. He drains a 3 right here. This ball goes off the foot of Cody Ross out of bounds. I've always wondered when they call the kick and when they don't, because that clearly goes off the foot of Bayfield right there and out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't.
And not only that, they're going to get the call wrong. It should be San Juan ball off the foot of a Bayfield player.
Yeah, I thought Anthony was smart letting that thing go instead of maybe rushing it and fumbling the ball and letting it go out of bounds. So.
Well, I guess officially it results in a turnover on San Juan. And Bayfield back the other way. That was a missed 3 from Lincoln Williams. And then Bayfield turns the ball over, and now a shot is stuffed as Owen Adams went to the hole here. Looks like he's going to draw a foul actually on the play. And this will be to Forsyth, his third. Second for Bayfield in the fourth quarter now. And foul shots for San Juan. Owen Adams is unable to join the party here. But he has one.
He made that one.
Oh, he did make it. So he did join the party. I misspoke. Sorry, Owen. And he makes both of them. So there you go. The curse did not pan out that time. Makes them both. Make it 65-36. Excellent foul shooting for San Juan today. And that's something that doesn't matter who you're playing, You can get that every game. So this is a real good indication for San Juan, that's to be sure. And as the Broncos on the run up the sideline here, there looks like Jayton Knight draws a foul. I think this may be the second in a row. Yes, it is on Forsyth. So he has 4 now as well. And that's the third for Bayfield in this fourth quarter. On the right side, Jagger Neves down into the corner. Jayton Knight 3 bounces off. Rebounded by San Juan, though, and the Broncos a great job to stay with this. And now a shot no good from Brigham Nielsen from right underneath, and that would have been every starter on the stat sheet if he'd have made that one. So I know he was disappointed in that one. And now Bayfield back with it in the offensive end, and that was a little dish off from Cody Ross, who almost ran with the ball. Oh, there's a nice little pass over the back of the head to Ross. He's underneath. Drew a foul on the baseline on the floor, I think. Are they going to give him continuation here?
I'm not sure. It looked like he had originally called it on the floor.
Oh, he's saying 2, so that's going to be on Brigham Nielsen. Maybe a little frustrated after that miss from underneath. They are going to give him 2 shots.
Yeah,
well, that puts him into the bonus, so that's what's up.
Okay, because I was going to say, I thought he made the shot, so.
So Ross makes the first now as Bayfield moves into the bonus for the final 2:50 of this game. But the Broncos have this one well in hand, up 65-37. They've led from the start and are dominating here today. Bayfield has heated up a little bit in the second half, but I think the Broncos have too much distance. But I don't know. You don't want to say things as the Broncos turn it over here, and now Bayfield turns it over coming back the other way. So the teams trade turnovers. And San Juan loses the ball out of bounds here. That'll turn it back over to Bayfield. So 3 turnovers in a row. And I can now look at my iPad stat sheet and know those type of things. Of course, turnovers and other stuff are coming at weird times of the game since I'm trying to figure it out here. But Cody Ross scores a basket for Bayfield meanwhile, and now San Juan has it back in the offensive end. Lead is down to 25, 65-40. But only 2:15 remaining in this one. Jayton Knight gives to Jagger Neves. That's 2 backup quarterbacks working together right there, but Neves' shot was partially blocked. And here is Bayfield back in the offensive end. There's a finger roll attempt, no good from Roderick, and the rebound to San Juan.
Well, this JV team's came in and did pretty good. A lot of these JV kids obviously get a lot of varsity time, but you got the JV squad out there, and they're still forcing turnovers and getting good looks at the basket.
And right then getting a shot blocked, unfortunately, as Bayfield gets back-to-back blocks right there. So that's something I'd like to know, too. Do blocks count against shooters? Because I wonder how that works.
I don't know basketball enough to know the answer to that. I should.
And it looks like the Broncos got the ball. I don't think this shot is going to count from Owen Adams. It was a block against Bayfield's Chad Vasgerd. And his second foul, that's now the 4th for Bayfield in the quarter. So it won't result in a shot for San Juan. But the Broncos have a chance to reset in the offensive end, and Jagger Neves takes the pass from Weston Jones, and then San Juan scores. I didn't see who scored that.
That was Jagger. That was a good finish at the rim.
So Jagger Neves with a good bucket from inside, and now Bayfield has it. A shot from the free throw line, misses everything from Roderick and goes out of bounds. And so San Juan will come the other way with 1:14 to go and a 27-point lead. So the Broncos are going to be the only team among our 4 teams this weekend to get a win in 2 days worth of action. So in 8 games, our local teams are going to go 1-7 among the boys. Boy, that was a hard hit underneath as Jagger went to the hole. That was a pretty obvious foul, and Neves will go to the line. But he's taking hits like that out on the football field, I think. So he's none the worse for wear. So, and the foul was on number 10, I believe, for Bayfield. Haydinger. Neves makes the first of the 2. He did not. Man. So I'm getting it wrong every time here. Thank you. Neves has 12 points off the bench today, make it 13 as he makes the second foul shot. Jagger's
a good energy to bring off the bench. You know, he plays really good, tough, hard defense. He takes the ball to the hole. He facilitates. He's a good one to have coming off the bench for the Broncos, that's for sure. And the Wolverines throw the ball out of bounds down here in the offensive end, so the Broncos will get it coming the other way. I tell you, Bayfield has turned the ball over like all game long. So, I mean, these are all unofficial stats, but I've got 20 turnovers in the game, and San Juan also has 6 steals here in the second half. That's unofficial as well. So, yeah, Bayfield has really struggled with the turnover. That's a huge factor in the current score, of course. San Juan forcing that. And now a nice kick to the corner. And who else but Jayton Knight drains the 3, nothing but net. And Jayton likes that little corner shot. He was strong from long range last night, again here today. Now here comes a 3 for Roderick, no good for Bayfield. San Juan on the rebound, and now I'm not sure what everybody's yelling about, but the Broncos get it across the line. And now lobbed across court by Trip Palmer, and that'll do it. So time was winding down, and the Broncos ultimately didn't get a final shot. The final here today, a 71-40 win for the San Juan Broncos. They made it look easy against Bayfield here today. High school hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live, brought to you in part today by Pick-A-Stitch Embroidery and Apparel, San Juan Mortuary,
Four Corners Homes, Utah Navajo Health System, Main Street Drug and Boutique, San Juan Credit Union, Tailor Made Wooden Heritage, and Innovation Medical Group. A huge thanks to all the sponsors, and we will mention every one of you again one final time in the close in just a few minutes. But we still got some things to take care of. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back out for final game stats, some thoughts on the game, and I do believe we'll get a chance to chat with head coach Easton Nielsen again for the San Juan Broncos. So a 71-40 win for the San Juan Broncos here today. A nice cherry on top of this weekend of high school basketball as one of our teams finally picks up a win this weekend. Again, 71-40 for San Juan. Stay with us. We'll take a break. We'll be back out to start the post-game show on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Hi, my name is Bill Boyle. I'm editor of the San Juan Record and station manager at Red Rock Radio. In my line of work, it's important to know and understand the facts when it comes to disseminating important news and information. Parents, studies show that monitoring your kids is vital in reducing the risk of substance misuse. A teen's brain is much more susceptible to alcohol dependence than an adult's. Make sure that alcohol and other drugs are not available to your kids at home or from friends, siblings, or elsewhere. Know your children's friends and their parents, and discuss with them your desire to keep your kids alcohol and drug-free, and enlist their cooperation. Remember, it's against the law for a minor to purchase, possess, or consume any alcoholic beverage. And of course, it's illegal for anyone to sell, offer to sell, or furnish alcohol to a minor. At some level, most kids appreciate parental monitoring. It gives them a sense of security and is a very real proof to them that the parents love them enough to care about their well-being. Together, let's continue to make San Juan County a place to raise strong and capable youth. Come on, let's do this!
In the scope of a lifetime, 10 minutes may seem like no time at all. But when it comes to suicide, 10 minutes is often long enough to reconsider the decision to end one's own life. If you have a friend or family member who is struggling with suicide or depression, talk to them about temporarily storing their firearms away from their home. Because even a 10-minute delay can make a lifetime of difference. Let's help end tragic firearm deaths in Utah.
Post-game show begins now, and a 71-40 win for the San Juan Broncos. So San Juan improving to 2-5 on the season. And boy, Easton Nielsen shot out of a cannon today. He's already up for the interview, so we'll pass over the headset. So I know he's a busy man and can get back to what he's doing. But Coach, I mean, you guys look great from start to finish here tonight. Obviously, we didn't talk with you about the foul shooting last night, but you're getting to the line, and the foul shooting has been outstanding this weekend.
Yeah, that's been a point of emphasis that we wanted to attack as a team. We've done some things in practice. We've also done some mindset training a little bit to help with that, and we feel like it's been helping a lot. We've been a lot better at the free throw line.
Well, we talked last night after that, even though it was a loss, kind of a win mentally for you guys in a game that can really, propel you through a solid season, and I think we saw that here today. Obviously, a completely different opponent in Bayfield today, but you guys took care of business when you needed to.
It was important to win this game the right way. We came into this game feeling really good about our chances to come out with a win, but we've learned a lot across the last 6 games, and we wanted to be able to show that here that, here's a team that actually beat us last year. They did, and we knew if we come out and lay an egg and we're not ready to go, that they can put a little pressure on us. So especially on the defensive side of the ball, we set a goal to hold them to an average of 10 a quarter, and we came right out at 40, which was good. Still got some areas with turnovers to clean up a little bit, but in many ways I felt like we were able to capitalize on some of the lessons learned across the last couple weeks.
You guys did a great job backing each other up today. When shots were missed, you had guys coming in to fill those spots, get those rebounds and putbacks all day long.
Yeah, they fought hard. I mean, they played hard. We wanted to crash boards. We wanted to be in attack mode. And I feel like we did a pretty good job in many ways of staying there the whole game.
What are your thoughts, I guess, now as well, you don't really get a weekend here. Your weekend's already kind of shot. But what are your thoughts as you head into next week for how the team has gone this week?
Hey, we're really excited. I think we grew a lot as a team this week. We wanted to. That was our goal. And the wins are going to start coming. I can feel them coming. We can feel them coming. I'm really proud of the way that our guys have endured maybe some of the setbacks here. We have a really positive locker room right now. We really do. And specifically today, there were some kids that stepped up that needed to step up, and they came out and did really well. All in all, we feel good. We feel confident, and we're ready to play anybody. We're excited for another good week next week.
You can see the confidence building. You can see the confidence in the shooting and things like that as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's just something that we have guys we believe we can put the ball in the hole. And I'll be honest, we're still not even to where I think we'll get. A really good example, AD is he still missed a couple shots that we're used to seeing him make. Jagger Neves has missed a couple that we're used to seeing him make. And RJ Dowley, too. He's had a lot of looks that we know that he's going to be able to make down the stretch. Our legs are starting to get there. We're starting to learn our system. These shots are going to start going. We expect to score with the teams we're playing this year. So.
When you need a three, it seems like you just bring Jayton in off the bench, and if he's open, he's going to make it, right?
Hey, you know what? A lot of credit to Jayton. He's been ready to come in and play.
Are we going to see him a little more maybe as the rest of the season goes?
Well, I've got to. If there's one thing that we definitely learned this week, I have a deep bench that I can turn to when I need to, and I know that those guys are ready, especially after last night. They're ready to go. Weston Jones, Owen Adams, Jayton Knight, they're chomping at the bit for an opportunity if it opens, for foul trouble or for matchups or whatever it may be. I have a lot of confidence in those guys. I'm not going to hesitate to put them in if I feel like we need to.
Yeah, I think maybe that American Heritage game, like you just said, showed you that. Now those boys have a confidence they can come in. You have a confidence you can put them in. And so you got those weapons as you go for the rest of the season now.
Yeah, we feel really good about the team we have. We feel really good about the growth that we've achieved. And we understand that there's some very simple things and basic things that we can improve on. We feel very capable at bringing our turnover number down. We feel very good about, shooting just a little bit better, even than what we've been able to do. And so, I'm really proud of the growth. It's been a heavy start to the season as far as some of these heavyweights, but we've grown, and this team is getting better, and we're just going to keep getting better. We're not afraid to play anybody.
Well, next week you got local rivalry kind of thing against Montezuma Cortez, and then you head over to Enterprise, a long journey over to Enterprise for that round robin over there. So what are you looking at next week?
Yeah, next week we just, we don't want to do a one step forward, two steps back type thing next week, right? Tuesday we've got another great opportunity to go over there, really refine our attack, make sure we're in sync. I think Friday night against Roland Hall, that's who we're going to open with. Great opportunity to see another 2A team from another region that's expected to be competitive. And I love our chances. And truthfully, there's a chance we see American Heritage over there again on Saturday, and I look forward to that if we do.
That'd be a fun
It'd be a way fun rematch, depending on what happens between them and Enterprise and us and Roland Hall, of course, where that's just a true round robin. That could happen. And in our locker room, the one thing that's certain is we're ready for that battle if it comes.
They may have to call the Enterprise police to come in and stand around the perimeter of the gym if you guys do. But.
We may need to give them a little warning, that's for sure. After last game, we had some pretty good excitement last night.
Hey, it was fun. It was fun. I'm a hockey fan, so I like that stuff.
There was a little bit of hockey last night for sure.
That's right. All right, Coach, we appreciate it. Good finish to the weekend for you guys. Thanks a lot.
Hey, thank you.
All right, that's Coach Easton Nielsen for the San Juan Broncos. His team winning today against Bayfield, 71-40 is the final. And we're going to now take a look at the final stats before we close it out here this evening, and we'll have some final thoughts as well. But we said a lot there, that's for sure. Let's look at the final team shooting, and Bayfield ended up falling off quite a bit, ended up 15 of 43 for 35% on the day, 24 for 62 for San Juan. So they were pretty much stayed steady all game long at 39%. I know Coach Easton Nielsen says they want to be up above 40, and so they're getting to that point for sure. From inside the arc, Bayfield 12 of 30 for 40%, San Juan 19 of 43 for 44%. From beyond the arc, Bayfield ended the day 3 of 13 for 23%. San Juan came up a bit. They were 5 of 19, for the day, 26%. And then from the free throw line, this is really where San Juan excelled pretty well, and they did kind of fall off once the JV came in, but they still ended the day 18 of 26 for 70% or 69%, and that's pretty much right where you want to be. And Bayfield was 7 of 12 for 58% on the day. My other team stats are kind of unofficial. I was just playing around with it today to see how well I could keep up with things, but 24 rebounds for San Juan to just 8 for Bayfield once I started keeping the stats. I may have missed a bunch for Bayfield, but at any rate, that's unofficial. So San Juan winning the battle on the boards, I would assume. And then in the turnover department as well, or actually, I'm sorry, that's fouls. I'm trying to find the turnovers here. Yeah, I guess that's not listed on this, so I'd have to figure that out. That's kind of no fun to keep if you can't read that at the end of the game. I'll have to see where that's recorded. But anyway, still just kind of playing around with that stuff. I think San Juan won the turnover battle here today, even though you heard Coach Nielsen saying they want to kind of hone that in a little bit as well. Individual stats today, and the leading scorer for Bayfield at the end of the day was Cooper Roderick, and he was the only player to get into double digits for the Wolverines. He had 10. 8-point day for Cody Ross. It was 7 for Kingston Martinez. 5 points for Vince McCullough. 4 points each for Lincoln Williams and Brendan Haydinger. And then finally a 2-point afternoon for Isaac Forsyth. I think that covers everybody. I don't think I missed anybody there. For San Juan, it was Anthony Doan leading the way. 20 points on the day for him. Jake Ivins had 18. He had a great game. Jagger Neves off the bench with 13. So the Broncos got 3 players in double-digit scoring today. I need to start keeping rebounds and stuff. We can start talking about double-doubles and things like that. And But let's see, an 8-point day for Jayton Knight, also off the bench today. A couple threes for him. Then it falls off a little bit. 3 points for Keaton Ivins. And then 3 players got 2 points each. Owen Adams, Justice Black, and Trip Palmer on the day. So a good win for the San Juan Broncos. Just want to also mention the 3-point baskets. There were 5, and so 2 each for Jayton Knight and Anthony Doan. And that is that not? Yeah, we mentioned Jayton. Okay, that's cool. And then the other one was Jagger Neves. Somehow I got confused, and some of these names are the same, so I get confused with the Knights and the Ivanses sometimes, but. That's all. That's a pretty comprehensive list of stats. That's the most comprehensive I've ever done. But here's another thing to mention. San Juan won the third quarter 19-3, really kind of solidifying that win. So only allowing 3 points to Bayfield in the third quarter, and they only allowed 5 in the first quarter. So those opening quarters in each half were pretty solid for the San Juan D. Now we're getting some sign language here from Anthony Doan, I guess. So that'll pretty much do it, I guess, Bobby, if you've got some final thoughts on the game. And then, obviously, we're going to hit the road for a couple games next week.
Yeah, no, I mean, just some of the things that you guys alluded to. I thought it was awesome. We were kind of curious how San Juan would come out of a back-to-back this weekend, and they came out with energy. Like you said, those first and third quarters, they came out and they played fantastic defense. I mean, giving up 5 points and 3 points. I think that was a big part of San Juan's success tonight was they played really good defense, and that gave them a lot of really good looks and opportunities on offense. So I think that was big. Obviously, we've talked about the foul shooting all night. That was awesome. And then I loved the energy that we had rebounding from San Juan tonight, especially on the offensive side of the board. A lot of second-chance points that they created for themselves. And, again, like Coach Easton Nielsen said, you hope that these are things that you can build off of, that you can take these to some of these better teams that they got on their schedule coming up this next week. And, yeah, I mean, that's your recipe for success right there if you're San Juan. Keep building on the things that, you need to build on. And I think you saw a lot of good things out of this basketball team this weekend. For
sure. You could see the confidence growing out there on the floor. And they're crashing the boards well, and they're shooting the free throws well. So should be fun as we go ahead. The Broncos maybe kind of finding their identity a little bit as they go ahead. I know that was a bit of a struggle at times last year, so good to see them kind of gathering confidence and gathering steam here in the early part of the year. And, boy, a rematch with American Heritage would be kind of fun this coming up weekend.
I know. So. I'm not going to make the trip this weekend, but if it ends up being that way, I'm definitely going to be tuning into the broadcast.
There you go. There you go. All right, well, Montezuma Cortez first in Cortez on Tuesday. Do I have the right date on that? It is December 12th. Is that what day is that's a Tuesday. Okay, so that's right. Tuesday will be in Cortez. That's going to be our next broadcast for the San Juan boys here on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. I believe that's a 7 p.m. tip. And so a 6:30 start on the broadcast, but be sure to tune into Red Rock 92 for an official time on that. That game will occur too early in the week for us to report on that or have the schedule or anything like that in the San Juan record. So you'll just have to tune into Red Rock 92 for if there's any time changes on that game. But we're counting on a 7 p.m. tip on Tuesday in Cortez. That should be a good matchup between local rivals. Always fun to take on Montezuma Cortez throughout the early part of the season. So that'll do it for our broadcast here this afternoon and our final broadcast of the weekend. It was a full weekend of high school hoops here on Red Rock 92. Got to say a lot of thanks, especially to the sponsors making the broadcast possible, to all the listeners and the viewers. You're the reason why we do these broadcasts. Want to say thanks to the StreamUtah.Live crew, Caleb Carr, and his sister up there helping him out today, Nancy Clark. So thanks to you guys on the video side, always doing an outstanding job. And that'll do it. So we'll see you on Tuesday in Montezuma, in Cortez, I should say, taking on the Montezuma Cortez Panthers. On behalf of Bobby Bowering, I'm Rhett Sifford saying so long from the high school, San Juan High School Gymnasium. We'll see you on Tuesday evening. Until then, have a great rest of your weekend, high school sports fans.